And the families of the 9/11 victims are voicing opposition to a proposed change to a new law that allows them to sue the Saudi government over the 2001 attacks. A group representing the families and survivors has accused Republican Senators John McCain and Lindsey Graham of, quote, torpedoing the law under pressure from Saudi loyalists. The group's national chair, in a statement, said any change to the Justice Against Sponsors of Terrorism Act would be an absolute betrayal. McCain and Graham had proposed the amendment, saying lawsuits can only be brought against countries that knowingly engaged in financing or sponsorship of terrorism. The U.S. Congress overwhelmingly passed a law overriding Barack Obama's first veto of his presidency in September. The legislation allows families of the 2001 attacks to seek compensation from Riyadh. Saudi Arabia was home to 15 of the 19 hijackers involved in the attacks. Former U.S. Army officer Scott Bennett says the reports of some Arab states' support for terrorism have been given to U.S. politicians.
It's very important for people to know the history of John McCain and Lindsey Graham with this issue when it comes to terrorism and it comes to 9/11 and it comes to that whole mythology. I know personally, because I did this in the United States military, and nothing I talk about is ever classified, but I know we sent John McCain and Lindsey Graham reports disclosing the Saudi Arabian terrorist financing links, and we've submitted those documents to the United Nations criminal courts and other courts in the United States, and readers can see them for themselves in the report that we submitted, Shell Game, on page 8. And there was a report that was written on September 11th, 2013 called Follow the Money. And that report detailed Abdullah Aziz, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and numerous other Gulf financiers of terrorism. And it was sent to John McCain and Lindsey Graham, as well as an assortment of others, Jeff Sessions, Senator Dianne Feinstein. But people can see very clearly in black and white that John McCain and Lindsey Graham were given documented material that came from Swiss banks and WikiLeaks cables disclosing that Saudi Arabia was financing terrorism against the United States